What if I told you that buried beneath the dust of forgotten empires lies a painkiller so powerful, modern medicine refuses to acknowledge it? Picture this: a clay tablet, cracked with age, unearthed from the ruins of ancient Mesopotamia, etched into its surface. Not a prayer, not a myth, but a recipe, a formula for pain relief so potent it rivals opioids. Without the addiction, without the destruction. This is not some dusty relic of superstition. This is sacred science, a 4,000-year-old secret, guarded by physicians and priestesses, now lost to time, but not to us. Because today we bring it back. For centuries, Big Pharma has convinced us that pain management means pills, injections, a lifetime of dependence. But what if the cure wasn't invented in a lab? What if it was rediscovered in the ruins of a civilization that understood the body in ways we're only beginning to grasp? This is the story of a forgotten medicine, one that could rewrite history, one that they don't want you to know. But knowledge, once awakened, cannot be buried again. So tell me, are you ready to learn what the ancients knew? In this journey, we'll uncover the clay tablet that holds the key to pain-free living, the sacred herbs modern science is just now validating, and the sinister reason this remedy was erased from history. This isn't just about pain. This is about power, the power to heal without permission. Let's begin. Long before pharmacies, before opioids, before the first scalpel cut flesh, healing was sacred. Close your eyes and imagine the bustling streets of ancient Babylon, the air thick with incense, the murmur of prayers, the clatter of clay tablets being pressed into wet earth. Here, in the cradle of civilization, medicine wasn't just science, it was magic, a fusion of herb and hymn, of root and ritual. And at the heart of it all, the Asu, the ancient healers, part doctor, part priest. They didn't just treat symptoms, they spoke to pain, they bargained with it, and sometimes they commanded it to leave. One of their most powerful weapons, a little-known formula inscribed on a tablet now called the Scroll of the Broken Body. This wasn't just a list of herbs. This was a conjuring. The ingredients? Myrrh, the blood of the sacred tree. Poppy, but not in the crude form we use today. Willow bark, ground under moonlight. And something else. Something modern translators still argue over. A substance referred to only as the tears of the sun god. Some say it was a rare resin. Others believe it was a psychedelic compound, lost to time. But one thing is clear. This formula worked. How do we know? Because buried alongside these tablets were letters, pleas from kings, from generals, from mothers begging for the golden remedy to ease their children's suffering. And then, silence. By the time of Alexander the Great, this knowledge had faded. The Greeks called it superstition. The Romans burned the records. And by the Middle Ages, the Church declared it heresy. But here's the chilling truth. This wasn't an accident. The same forces that built empires needed pain to be profitable. A suffering man is a controllable man, a healed man. He is free, and freedom is dangerous. But the ancients were cunning. They hid their secrets in plain sight, in symbols, in myths, in the very language of the earth itself. And now, we've found them. Let me ask you this, what if pain isn't just a signal? What if it's a conversation? The ancients didn't see the body as a machine. To them, agony was a language, a cry from the soul, a whisper from the gods. And their remedies, They weren't just chemicals, they were negotiations. Take the tears of the sun god, that mysterious ingredient. Modern labs have tried to replicate it, failed, because they're missing the key. It wasn't just a substance, it was a ritual. The Asu didn't simply crush herbs. 1. They harvested at solstice when the veil between worlds was thin. 2. They chanted in Akkadian, a tongue now dead to all but demons and scholars. 3. They mixed their tinctures in copper bowls, charged by desert lightning. Sound like superstition? Consider these herbs. 1. Myrrh. We now know it's a potent anti-inflammatory. 2. Willow bark, the original aspirin. 3. Poppy, but refined through a process modern chemists still can't decode. Yet Big Pharma will tell you these are primitive, that their synthetic opioids are better. Ask the millions addicted to pills if that's true. Here's what they don't want you to realize. The secret wasn't in the herbs, it was in the harmony. The Asu understood what we've forgotten. A. Pain lives in layers: muscle, nerve, memory. B. True healing requires all three. Their formula wasn't just chemistry, it was alchemy, transforming suffering into strength. And tonight, you'll learn to brew it. History remembers conquerors, kings, but not the healers. Let me tell you about one they tried to erase. Her name was Ninsun, not a goddess, not a queen, but a physician of Clay tablets describe her as the woman who made the lame walk with a whisper. When the Black Plague, not that plague, a far older one, struck Mesopotamia, princes and priests dropped dead in hours. But in Ninsun's district, survivors. How? She used the formula, but with a twist. Witnesses wrote of her, rubbing ointments in spiral patterns, mimicking the life paths of the gods, singing to patients in a tongue that made fever dreams polite, feeding the dying a paste of honey, ghost pepper, and something that shone blue in the dark. Within a week, the sick rose, the desperate walked, the dead stayed dead, but fewer than anywhere else. The royal physicians called it sorcery. Ninsun's reply, her reply is carved into a tablet, now held by the British Museum, though hidden from public view. It reads, "A healer's duty is to defy even the gods. Let them call it magic. The healed call it breath. Then silence." Her name vanishes from records for 200 years, until a single mention in a soldier's letter. "Past the shrine of the forgotten healer, leave salt, your wounds won't fester." That shrine, now buried under a McDonald's in Basra. This isn't ancient history. In 2017, archaeologists found a jar in Turkey labeled "For the King's Pain, do not open in sunlight." Inside, a substance testing as 40% more effective than morphine, with 0 addiction traits. The study was defunded 6 months later. Coincidence? Or proof that some secrets are meant to stay buried? So here we stand, at the edge of a forbidden truth. For 4,000 years, this knowledge has been buried, burned, and mocked. Yet like a weed through the stone, it persists, because pain persists, and the human spirit, it refuses to kneel. But I must warn you, this isn't just about mixing herbs. It's about remembering that our bodies are not profit centers, that healing shouldn't require lifelong debt, that the ancients left us keys, and we've been taught to call them primitive. So tonight, as you lie awake, feeling that ache in your back, your joints, your soul, ask yourself, What if the cure wasn't invented, but stolen? The clay tablets still exist, the herbs still grow, the sun still weeps its golden tears. The only question is, will you remember, or will you wait for permission to heal? Subscribe if you dare to keep unearthing the secrets they never wanted found. Help our channel succeed by subscribing and liking, because next week we resurrect the Egyptian sleep ritual that outperforms Ambien. Until then, stay curious, stay free.